swollen legs, stiff joints, daily discomfort. Most people blame it on age, but doctors are uncovering something different. 15 powerful foods loaded with natural collagen that can soothe your pain and restore flexibility without a single pill. And what's shocking? You're probably eating the wrong ones right now. It might sound strange, even unhealthy, but chicken skin is one of the most collagen-rich parts of the bird. For decades, it was vilified for its fat content. But recent research shows that the skin is packed with type 1 collagen, the very same protein your body needs to repair tendons, smooth joints, and reduce skin sagging. A study from the Journal of Clinical Nutrition revealed that dietary collagen from chicken skin can boost elasticity in aging joints by up to 40% in just 8 weeks. And yet, most people peel it off and throw it away. Doctors now say, if prepared properly, grilled not fried, chicken skin can be a joint-saving superfood, especially for seniors with chronic stiffness or arthritis. And that's just the beginning, because the next food might be sitting in your fridge right now, and it's been proven to reduce joint pain in as little as 3 days. It's been called liquid gold by nutritionists, and for good reason. Bone broth isn't just a comfort food, it's a collagen powerhouse made by simmering bones and connective tissue for hours, releasing nutrients most other foods simply don't have. Doctors are now recommending bone broth to seniors suffering from joint stiffness, swollen legs, and poor skin elasticity. Why? Because it's rich in gelatin, a broken-down form of collagen that your body can absorb quickly. One groundbreaking study published in Current Medical Research and Opinion found that adults who consumed daily servings of collagen-rich broth saw up to 70% improvement in joint pain after 12 weeks, with some even reporting increased range of motion in the knees and hips. And here's something most people don't realize. It's not about buying expensive supplements. Just a homemade cup of bone broth, made from beef, chicken, or even fish bones, can help restore what inflammation breaks down. Now, the next food on our list is even more surprising, because for decades it's been labeled as junk, but new science says it might be a secret weapon for naturally boosting collagen and calming inflammation. Yes, pork rinds, often dismissed as nothing more than salty snacks, are quietly becoming a favorite among doctors focused on collagen restoration. Here's why. Unlike many processed chips, pork rinds are made directly from the skin of the pig, which is naturally rich in type 1 and type 3 collagen, the exact types your body uses to rebuild connective tissue and soothe inflamed joints. According to a report in Food Chemistry, pork rind contains collagen peptides that are highly bioavailable, meaning your body absorbs them faster and more efficiently than some supplements. But here's the twist. They only deliver those benefits if they're low in additives and sodium. So skip the neon-colored packages and reach for plain, air-fried, or oven-baked pork rinds. For seniors struggling with painful knees, swollen ankles, or brittle skin, a few servings a week could quietly strengthen the very tissues breaking down with age, without a single prescription. And next, we're heading into something sweet, because this one fruit is packed with a rare enzyme that tells your body to start making more collagen on its own. It's small, it's fuzzy, and it's one of the most overlooked collagen activators in the produce aisle. Kiwi isn't just rich in vitamin C, it's loaded with it, and here's why that matters. Your body can't produce collagen without enough vitamin C. It's the spark that ignites collagen synthesis in your skin, joints, and connective tissues. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that seniors with high vitamin C intake experienced significantly fewer wrinkles, less joint degeneration, and better skin hydration thanks to accelerated collagen production. But kiwi does something even more unique. It contains a natural enzyme called actinidin, which improves digestion and helps your body break down collagen-rich foods more efficiently, so you actually absorb more of what you eat. Just 1 or 2 kiwis a day could make the difference between joint stiffness and smooth movement, especially when paired with other collagen-rich meals. And the next food? It's something grandparents used to swear by, but modern science is just now catching up, and it turns out it might be one of the strongest joint-repairing foods on Earth. Long before supplements lined pharmacy shelves, people relied on dishes like oxtail stew to soothe aching joints and strengthen their bones. And now? Science says they were onto something powerful. Oxtail is one of the richest natural sources of gelatin, collagen, and cartilage-building nutrients on the planet. When slow cooked, the tail releases type 2 collagen, glucosamine, and chondroitin, three of the most critical compounds for rebuilding damaged joints and reducing inflammation. In fact, a study from Clinical Interventions in Aging found that daily consumption of collagen derived from bone and connective tissue, like oxtail, helped reduce knee pain by 63% in seniors over 65. The same study noted improvements in mobility, balance, and even sleep quality due to reduced nighttime pain. But here's the key: it's not a quick fix. Oxtail works best when consumed regularly, once or twice a week, simmered in soups or stews where the marrow and cartilage fully break down into the broth. This isn't just food, it's a rebuilding ritual. And up next, a food so common, so affordable, that most people walk past it without a second thought. Yet it's packed with natural silicon, a mineral that acts as collagen's best friend, and without it your body can't hold on to the collagen it's already making. They're crisp, refreshing, and quietly powerful. Cucumbers aren't just for spa water. They're one of the best natural sources of silica, a trace mineral your body desperately needs to stabilize and maintain collagen networks. Here's the science. Collagen is the protein that forms your connective tissue, but silica is the mineral that strengthens and protects it. Without silica, your collagen breaks down faster. And cucumbers? They're loaded with it, especially in the peel. According to a study in the Archives of Dermatological Research, older adults with higher silica intake showed marked improvements in skin texture, bone density, and joint function, all signs that their collagen matrix was holding strong. Even better, cucumbers are anti-inflammatory and rich in water, helping to flush out the excess sodium that contributes to swollen legs and fluid retention in seniors. The trick? Eat them unpeeled and raw, ideally with a dash of lemon or apple cider vinegar to boost mineral absorption. And next, we're diving into something deeply misunderstood, because this food used to be blamed for heart problems. But now, doctors are praising it as one of the cleanest collagen boosters for aging arteries and aching joints. For years, egg yolks were wrongly blamed for cholesterol, but modern research has flipped the script, because these golden centers are rich in collagen-boosting nutrients that directly impact joint health and skin elasticity. Here's what most people don't realize. Egg yolks contain proline, an amino acid that's essential for collagen formation. Without enough proline, your body simply can't build or repair collagen, even if you're eating other rich sources. For years, egg yolks were wrongly blamed for cholesterol, but modern research has flipped the script, because these golden centers are rich in collagen-boosting nutrients that directly impact joint health and skin elasticity. Here's what most people don't realize. Egg yolks contain proline, an amino acid that's essential for collagen formation. Without enough proline, your body simply can't build or repair collagen, even if you're eating other rich sources. They're also a natural source of biotin and vitamin D, two key nutrients that enhance collagen stability and reduce joint inflammation. Studies published in Nutrients have shown that seniors with higher egg consumption had better mobility scores and reported less morning stiffness than those who avoided eggs altogether. And get this, eggs are one of the few foods that don't just support collagen. They help your body absorb it from other foods more efficiently. It's like a dietary multiplier. Just don't skip the yolk. It's where the healing power lives. And coming up next, a seafood pick that's loaded with marine collagen, the most absorbable form of collagen on the planet. It's helped some seniors regain smoother joints, clearer skin, and even stronger hair and nails in just weeks. They may be tiny, but sardines pack a serious collagen punch, especially when you eat them whole. That's right. The skin and bones of sardines are loaded with marine collagen, calcium, and phosphorus, making them one of the most bioavailable sources of joint-healing nutrients in the world. Here's the kicker. Marine collagen is absorbed up to 1.5 times faster than land-based collagen, according to studies published in Marine Drugs. That means faster results for aching knees, swollen ankles, and thinning skin. What's more, sardines come with a natural boost of omega-3 fatty acids, which fight chronic inflammation and lubricate stiff joints, something critical for seniors who feel like every step has become a chore. And don't worry, they're not just for crackers. You can blend sardines into sauces, stews, or even mash them into avocado for a savory spread that rebuilds your joints from the inside out. Now the next food? It's a plant. It looks ordinary, but inside it contains a rare compound that's been shown to triple collagen production in lab studies, and it's probably growing in your backyard right now. It's green, it's common, and it's hiding a secret weapon for aging joints. Spinach isn't just a salad staple. It's loaded with lutein, vitamin C, and most importantly, glycine, a critical amino acid your body uses to build collagen molecules from scratch. But that's not all. Spinach also contains plant-based silica, the same mineral found in cucumbers, which helps your body lock in the collagen it already has, like a biological glue holding your joints and skin together. A 2021 review in Oxidative Medicine and Cellular Longevity found that seniors with higher intakes of leafy greens like spinach experienced stronger connective tissue, lower inflammation markers, and slower joint degeneration. The trick? Cooked spinach actually releases more collagen-building nutrients than raw, especially when sautéed with olive oil, a fat that helps with nutrient absorption. So that handful of greens on your plate? It's more powerful than it looks. Coming up next, a food that seems totally unrelated to joints, but inside it contains an ancient collagen molecule that helped warriors recover from battle injuries centuries ago. Today, it's helping seniors walk pain-free again. It jiggles, it's nostalgic, and it just might be one of the most pure forms of collagen you can eat. Gelatin is essentially pre-digested collagen, extracted from the skin, bones, and connective tissues of animals. It's the same kind of protein that once helped warriors recover from injuries in ancient times, and today it's helping seniors rebuild joints, skin, and even gut lining. Here's the science. Gelatin contains glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline, the exact trio your body needs to synthesize new collagen. In a 2020 clinical trial published in Nutrients, participants over 60 who consumed 10 grams of gelatin daily showed a 50% reduction in joint pain over just 8 weeks. It also works double duty by improving sleep quality and digestion, two things directly tied to how well your body heals and retains collagen. You can stir unflavored gelatin into your tea, soups, or make low-sugar collagen gummies at home. It's cheap, it's versatile, and it's backed by science. Next up, a food that grows underground, but works on the surface, restoring skin elasticity, reducing swelling, and stimulating blood flow to aging joints like few other plants can. They stain your fingers and sweeten your salads. But beets do much more than just add color to your plate. They're loaded with nitrates, betalains, and vitamin C, which supercharge your body's ability to produce collagen, especially in the vascular system and connective tissue. Beets also increase nitric oxide, a compound that widens blood vessels and improves circulation. For seniors struggling with swollen legs, poor blood flow, and stiff joints, that's critical. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients get delivered to damaged tissues, speeding up collagen repair. A clinical trial published in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that older adults who consumed beet juice regularly showed improved muscle function, reduced leg fatigue, and better mobility, all tied to increased tissue oxygenation. Plus, the betalain compounds in beets are powerful anti-inflammatories, which help calm the swelling that puts pressure on joints and veins in the first place. The best part? Beets pair beautifully with other collagen-rich foods, like bone broth or eggs, creating a nutrient-dense synergy your body loves. Coming up next, a fermented food that's been healing gut problems for centuries, and now scientists say it may hold the key to collagen absorption and inflammation control in aging bodies. It might seem like just a tangy topping for sausages, but sauerkraut is a fermented superfood that plays a critical behind-the-scenes role in your body's collagen production and absorption. Here's why. Sauerkraut is packed with probiotics, the healthy bacteria that restore gut health. And your gut is where collagen synthesis begins. If your digestion is sluggish or inflamed, which is common in seniors, you simply can't absorb the nutrients needed to build collagen. But there's more. Sauerkraut is also high in vitamin C and lactic acid, both of which trigger your body's natural collagen production. A study from the International Journal of Molecular Sciences found that patients with a strong gut microbiome absorbed collagen peptides up to 40% more efficiently than those with poor gut health. And here's a tip. Always choose raw, unpasteurized sauerkraut, the kind stored in the refrigerated section, because it's the only type that contains live probiotics. Cooked or shelf-stable versions lose most of their benefits. A spoonful a day could be the secret to reversing years of joint damage and inflammation, starting from the inside out. And next, a golden root used for centuries in ancient medicine. It doesn't just fight inflammation, it blocks the enzyme that destroys collagen. And when paired with the right fats, it turns into a natural anti-aging weapon. It's bright, earthy, and a staple in ancient medicine. But turmeric isn't just a spice, it's a collagen defender that helps preserve and protect your body's natural ability to repair itself. The secret lies in curcumin, turmeric's active compound. Studies published in the Journal of Medicinal Food show that curcumin blocks the NF-κB enzyme, which is known to break down collagen during chronic inflammation. In other words, turmeric acts like a shield, stopping your body from destroying its own joints and skin from the inside out. But there's a catch. Curcumin is poorly absorbed on its own. That's why you need to pair turmeric with black pepper, which contains piperine, an absorption booster that increases curcumin uptake by up to 2,000%. When taken together, ideally with a healthy fat like olive oil or coconut milk, turmeric and black pepper can help reduce joint swelling, ease stiffness, and protect collagen integrity in aging adults. Try it in golden milk, curries, or even as a supplement. The benefits compound over time. And up next, a sweet treat that's often seen as dessert, but new evidence shows it may be one of the most underrated sources of natural collagen, and it's already in your pantry. Yes, dark chocolate. Not only does it satisfy your sweet tooth, but it's also emerging as a surprising ally in collagen preservation. Here's why. Dark chocolate is rich in flavonols, plant-based antioxidants that neutralize the free radicals responsible for collagen breakdown. These antioxidants don't just protect your joints and skin from oxidative stress, they stimulate microcirculation, which helps deliver collagen-building nutrients deeper into tissues. According to a study published in the Journal of Nutrition, daily consumption of high flavonol dark chocolate improved skin thickness, elasticity, and hydration in seniors, suggesting that its collagen-boosting effects go beyond just theory. But it's not all chocolate bars and indulgence. The key is choosing at least 70% cocoa, with minimal added sugar. Milk chocolate won't do the trick. You want the bitter, rich kind, the one that leaves a slight dryness on your tongue. That's where the medicine is. A few squares a day with a handful of nuts or fruit can make it both indulgent and medicinal. And for the final food, We're ending with a controversial classic. It's creamy, protein-packed, and contains a rare amino acid that's critical for collagen scaffolding. Yet many people avoid it out of outdated fear. But the science now says it's time to bring it back. For years, cottage cheese sat in the shadow of trendier health foods. But quietly, it's been delivering one of the most complete collagen-building profiles available in a single scoop. Here's the secret. Cottage cheese is rich in lysine, a rare amino acid that plays a key role in binding collagen fibers together. Without lysine, your body can't stabilize or store collagen, no matter how much of it you consume. In a study published in Amino Acids, researchers found that seniors with lysine-rich diets had higher collagen density in their joints, improved skin strength, and faster post-injury healing, making cottage cheese a nutritional powerhouse for aging adults. But there's more. Cottage cheese also contains casein protein, which digests slowly and feeds muscle and joint tissues for hours after eating, perfect for seniors dealing with muscle loss or nighttime joint pain. Add in a sprinkle of flaxseed or a few slices of kiwi, and you've got a collagen-enhancing, anti-inflammatory meal in a bowl. And best of all, it's affordable, versatile, and available in nearly every grocery store. So you've added the collagen, you've fed your joints, you've cleaned up your diet. But what if I told you none of it will matter if you're still doing this one thing every single morning? It's something most seniors think is harmless, even healthy. But studies now show it could be the #1 hidden trigger for collagen breakdown, joint inflammation, and sudden stiffness. It doesn't come in a bottle. It's not a food. It's a habit. And chances are you did it today. We'll uncover exactly what it is and how to reverse the damage. In the next video, do your legs swell by evening? Do you feel tightness, heaviness, or even a dull ache that seems to travel from your ankles up to your thighs, making it hard to stand, walk, or even fall asleep? You might think it's just part of getting older. But what if it's not? What if that uncomfortable swelling isn't a minor nuisance, but actually a sign your body is struggling with deep, internal inflammation? And here's the real twist. You might not need a prescription to fix it. In this video, we'll walk through 12 powerful foods that help seniors reduce swelling, ease discomfort, and bring circulation back to life. These aren't exotic ingredients or fad superfoods. They're simple, everyday items you can add to your plate today. Backed by modern science and traditional wisdom, they work with your body, not against it. Let's begin. It's been called golden medicine, and for good reason. Turmeric, especially in its raw or powdered form, is one of the most researched anti-inflammatory spices on earth. Used for centuries in Ayurvedic and Chinese medicine, turmeric is now known in the West for its star compound, curcumin. Curcumin doesn't just sit quietly in your system. It gets to work immediately, blocking powerful enzymes like COX-2 that fuel inflammation. These same enzymes are targeted by over-the-counter pain relievers like ibuprofen, but turmeric does it naturally, without the side effects. What does this mean for your legs? It means that soreness, tightness, and fluid buildup can begin to ease, day by day, meal by meal. Curcumin also supports something called endothelial function, which is a fancy term for how flexible and responsive your blood vessels are. When your vessels are supple and strong, your heart doesn't have to work as hard to pump blood through your legs. The result? Less swelling, less pressure, more freedom. Want to get the most out of turmeric? Always pair it with black pepper. Why? Because black pepper contains piperine, which boosts the absorption of curcumin by an incredible 2,000%. You can add turmeric to your soups, stews, or warm milk before bed. Or create a powerful morning tonic by mixing it with lemon, honey, and warm water. Even if you're not a fan of the taste, turmeric supplements are widely available. But always speak with your doctor first, especially if you're on blood thinners. A pinch a day, a golden glow, and a powerful first step toward restoring ease in your lower limbs. They may be small, but they're mighty. Blueberries are one of the richest sources of anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that give them their deep blue color and their healing properties. These compounds work in the walls of your arteries, helping to repair microscopic damage and reduce the stiffness that slows blood flow. Why is that important? Because stiff arteries make your heart work harder. Blood has to fight to get through narrow passageways, and that back pressure can lead to swelling, especially in the lower legs and feet. In one clinical trial, older adults who consumed a cup of blueberries daily saw significant improvements in blood vessel flexibility within just 8 weeks. That's less tightness, less swelling, and a much smoother journey for oxygen and nutrients throughout the body. But blueberries don't stop there. They also support nitric oxide production, which helps dilate blood vessels, almost like turning a narrow 2-lane road into a spacious highway. This means more blood gets where it needs to go, faster, and more blood flow means less inflammation, quicker recovery, and less fatigue in your legs after walking or standing. Blueberries are also naturally hydrating and low in sugar, making them ideal for seniors managing both circulation and blood sugar. Toss them into smoothies, stir them into oatmeal, or simply enjoy a handful fresh each morning. Frozen varieties work just as well, and they retain nearly all of their antioxidant content. They're nature's candy, and your legs will love them for it. Beets are vibrant, they're earthy, and they're loaded with natural nitrates that convert into nitric oxide, a molecule that opens up your blood vessels like a valve being released. In fact, in one groundbreaking study published in the Hypertension Journal, a single serving of beetroot juice significantly lowered systolic blood pressure within just a few hours. But this isn't just about heart health. Beets go to work in your peripheral circulation, the small vessels in your legs and feet that are most vulnerable to poor blood flow and swelling. The star here isn't just nitric oxide. Beets also contain betalains, potent anti-inflammatory compounds that reduce oxidative stress in joints, veins, and muscle tissues. That's a game changer for anyone dealing with stiffness, tenderness, or that dragging heaviness after a short walk. Beets also support liver function, which is essential for detoxifying the blood and reducing the burden on your kidneys. A cleaner, more efficient system means less fluid retention, and that translates into legs that feel less bloated and more balanced. For seniors struggling with energy, beets offer a bonus. They're rich in folate, which supports the creation of new red blood cells. That means more oxygen traveling through your body and more stamina for movement, walking, and even climbing stairs. Want to make beets part of your daily life? Roast them with rosemary and olive oil, shred them raw into salads, or blend them into smoothies with apple and lemon for a refreshing juice. And here's a little-known tip. Beet greens are edible and packed with magnesium and potassium. Don't throw them out. Eat them sautéed like spinach for extra vascular support. Beets are the root of the solution, literally. Creamy, smooth, and subtly flavorful, avocados are more than a breakfast trend. They are a complete vascular support system wrapped in green skin. At the heart of avocado's power is oleic acid, a monounsaturated fat proven to reduce the production of inflammatory chemicals in the body. For seniors, this matters, because inflammation doesn't just cause pain. It traps fluid, slows circulation, and makes it harder for the heart to push blood through the legs. By calming inflammation, avocado helps ease pressure in the lower limbs, bringing that sought-after feeling of lightness. But the real magic is in its potassium content. Most people associate bananas with potassium, but avocados actually contain more. Potassium helps flush out sodium, the mineral most responsible for water retention and bloated, swollen legs. By balancing electrolytes, avocados encourage the body to gently eliminate excess fluid. And there's more. Avocados are a rich source of vitamin K, which strengthens blood vessel walls and supports normal clotting. This is essential for preventing broken capillaries, spider veins, and bruising, especially in aging skin and tissues. They're also high in magnesium, a nutrient that helps relax blood vessels, prevent muscle spasms, and support healthy blood pressure. For seniors who suffer from tight calves, restless legs at night, or midday muscle fatigue, magnesium is often the missing link. Don't overlook the fiber either. A single avocado contains both soluble and insoluble fiber, which improves digestion and reduces systemic inflammation. Remember, when the gut is calm, the whole body becomes less reactive. Avocados are endlessly versatile. Smash them onto sprouted grain toast with lemon and black pepper. Blend them into a green smoothie with spinach and pineapple. Dice them over bean salads or use them in place of mayo in sandwiches. And if you're watching calories, just use a few slices a day, because even small amounts go a long way when it comes to healing. This isn't just food. It's fuel for your heart, your legs, and your overall well-being. Crunchy, cool, often overlooked. Celery might not seem like a heavy hitter, but for seniors dealing with fluid retention and swelling, it's exactly what your body needs. Why? Because celery is nature's most balanced natural diuretic. It contains compounds like apigenin and luteolin, which gently stimulate kidney function, helping your body remove excess sodium and water without depleting essential electrolytes. That means it flushes fluid without leaving you dehydrated or drained. Unlike synthetic diuretics, which can be hard on the kidneys, celery provides hydration and support. With over 95% water content, every stalk you eat helps hydrate your tissues, lubricate your joints, and keep your circulation system running smoothly. Celery also offers a unique combination of natural sodium and potassium, which together regulate blood pressure and nerve signaling. This balance is critical for seniors, where even slight imbalances can cause leg cramps, fatigue, and vascular constriction. It's also rich in vitamin K and flavonoids, which strengthen blood vessels and reduce oxidative stress, helping prevent damage to tiny capillaries in the legs, ankles, and feet. And here's something you might not know. Celery supports your lymphatic system. That's the other circulatory system, responsible for moving waste and fluid out of your tissues. When the lymph system slows down, swelling increases. Celery helps speed it back up. Eat it raw with almond butter, chop it into soups and stews, or juice it with cucumber and lemon for a light morning tonic. The result? Flatter ankles, lighter steps, and a body that feels more mobile with every passing day. This humble vegetable is one of your most affordable and accessible tools for restoring flow. They're tiny, but they carry a powerful punch. Chia seeds are a nutritional wonder for seniors, and one of the easiest daily additions you can make to reduce inflammation and swelling. What makes them so powerful? First, they're one of the richest plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically ALA, alpha-linolenic acid. These omega-3s help calm the body's immune response, lowering inflammatory markers that contribute to stiffness, swelling, and sluggish circulation. And they don't stop there. Chia seeds also offer soluble fiber, a gel-forming fiber that expands in water and helps regulate digestion, stabilize blood sugar, and promote regularity. This matters because erratic blood sugar causes spikes in insulin, which can inflame blood vessels and contribute to fluid retention. But perhaps their most overlooked benefit is electrolyte support. Chia seeds are naturally rich in magnesium, calcium, and potassium, 3 minerals that support muscle relaxation, heart rhythm, and blood pressure. Together, they help calm the legs, prevent night cramps, and support proper contraction of the vascular system. When soaked in water, chia seeds turn into a jelly-like consistency. That gel hydrates tissues, lubricates joints, and supports lymphatic drainage. Try soaking a tablespoon overnight and adding it to smoothies, oatmeal, or lemon water. You can even make chia pudding by blending with almond milk, cinnamon, and a touch of honey. A spoonful a day delivers circulation support, inflammation control, and digestive calm, wrapped in the smallest of packages. This is where comfort food meets healing food. Sweet potatoes aren't just delicious. They're loaded with beta-carotene, which converts into vitamin A, a nutrient that supports the repair and maintenance of blood vessels. For seniors with fragile capillaries, spider veins, or inflammation in the joints, This makes a huge difference over time. But what makes sweet potatoes especially helpful for swelling is their high potassium content. Potassium helps flush out excess sodium and reduce fluid buildup in the legs. This mineral also supports proper nerve function and balances the body's water distribution. Combined with magnesium, which sweet potatoes also provide, this root vegetable helps relax muscle tissue and support smoother blood flow. And unlike starchy white potatoes, sweet potatoes have a low glycemic index, meaning they won't spike your blood sugar. Balanced blood sugar means lower inflammation and more energy throughout the day. Don't ignore their antioxidant pigments either, especially if you try purple sweet potatoes. These rare varieties contain anthocyanins, the same compounds found in blueberries, offering extravascular support. Roast them in olive oil and rosemary, mash them with garlic and a dash of turmeric, or cube them into soups and stews. Their versatility is only matched by their healing potential. A sweet potato a day won't just comfort your soul, it'll lighten your legs, support your heart, and feed your circulatory system from the ground up. They look like miniature brains, and that's fitting, because walnuts are brilliant for both your mind and your circulatory system. Walnuts are one of the best plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids, especially ALA, which reduces inflammation in blood vessels and joints. In a long-term study published in Circulation, adults who ate walnuts daily saw improvements in endothelial function, helping vessels stay elastic and responsive. And that matters, because stiff arteries lead to pooling, swelling, and a higher risk of complications like blood clots and varicose veins. Walnuts are also high in L-arginine, an amino acid that helps produce nitric oxide, opening up your vessels and letting blood flow more freely to your legs and feet. But walnuts do more than just circulate blood. They contain vitamin E, melatonin, and polyphenols, which help neutralize free radicals and reduce oxidative damage in tissues. That means less wear and tear on your veins, stronger vascular walls, and improved overall stamina. They also regulate cholesterol, lowering LDL and boosting HDL, reducing the risk of buildup that can block the flow. Enjoy them raw, toast them lightly, or chop into oatmeal and salads. Just a small handful, about 7 whole walnuts a day, is enough to unlock their full potential. When you snack on walnuts, you're not just curbing hunger. You're fueling circulation, calming inflammation, and protecting every step you take. Warming, aromatic, and rooted in centuries of healing tradition, ginger is one of the most potent anti-inflammatory agents in the natural world. It's not just a flavor enhancer. For seniors dealing with leg pain, swelling, or stiffness, ginger offers direct and meaningful relief. At the heart of ginger's power is a compound called gingerol. This bioactive compound reduces the production of pro-inflammatory chemicals in the body and acts on pain pathways similar to NSAIDs, without the risks to your stomach or kidneys. In a study published in the Journal of Pain, participants who consumed ginger daily reported significant reductions in muscle soreness and inflammation. But more importantly, they regained mobility. Their bodies moved with greater ease, and that's exactly what ginger helps restore: freedom of movement. Ginger is also a vasodilator, meaning it helps widen blood vessels and improve circulation. Better circulation means less pressure in your lower limbs, less pooling of blood in your feet, and a reduced chance of clotting or numbness. There's more. Ginger supports the digestive system, increasing bile flow and enzyme production. Why is this relevant to swelling? Because when digestion is sluggish, toxins build up in the blood, and that can inflame tissues throughout the body, including the ankles, calves, and knees. By supporting digestion, ginger indirectly supports detoxification, making your entire vascular system more efficient and less burdened. You can enjoy ginger fresh, steeped in hot water with lemon and honey, grated into stir-fried vegetables. Sprinkle ground ginger into smoothies or oatmeal. Even ginger capsules are available if convenience is key. But always check with your doctor before using ginger supplements, especially if you're on blood thinners or anticoagulants. A little bit goes a long way, and taken daily, ginger becomes a soothing, warming balm for your entire circulatory system. Often called liquid gold, extra virgin olive oil has been a cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet for thousands of years, and for good reason. It supports heart health, vascular function, and inflammation control at the deepest level. Olive oil's most powerful component is oleic acid, a monounsaturated fat that reduces systemic inflammation by suppressing C-reactive protein, CRP, and other inflammatory markers. But that's just the beginning. Olive oil is rich in polyphenols, especially oleocanthal, which has been shown to act like a natural version of ibuprofen. It gently reduces pain and inflammation in soft tissues without causing gastrointestinal distress. This makes it particularly effective for chronic vascular inflammation, a hidden force behind leg swelling, fatigue, and varicose veins. Extra virgin olive oil also keeps arteries flexible. As we age, blood vessels tend to stiffen, increasing resistance and raising blood pressure. But olive oil helps preserve endothelial function, allowing blood to move through the system with less strain on the heart. This reduction in vascular resistance leads to lighter legs, better oxygen delivery, and improved stamina. Another benefit? It helps regulate cholesterol, lowering LDL while increasing HDL. That's critical for keeping arteries clean and free of blockages, allowing nutrients and oxygen to travel freely to your limbs. Drizzle olive oil over roasted vegetables. Mix it into homemade vinaigrettes. Add a spoonful to your soups just before serving. The key is to avoid high heat, because cooking olive oil at high temperatures can destroy its delicate compounds. Choose cold-pressed, unrefined olive oil in dark glass bottles, and store it away from heat and light to preserve its healing properties. A tablespoon a day is all it takes to coat your arteries in nature's most heart-friendly fat. Sweet, juicy, and full of flavor, pineapple feels like a tropical indulgence. But hidden inside this golden fruit is a rare enzyme called bromelain, which quietly works behind the scenes to reduce inflammation, improve circulation, and ease swelling. Bromelain is unique because it breaks down protein debris in the bloodstream, molecules that often accumulate during injury, poor digestion, or chronic inflammation. By clearing this debris, bromelain lightens the burden on the circulatory and lymphatic systems. This is especially important for seniors with edema, swelling caused by fluid retention in the legs and feet. Bromelain helps ease this discomfort naturally, without medications. But pineapple has even more to offer. It's more than 85% water, making it an excellent hydrating fruit. And hydration is key when it comes to lymphatic drainage and fluid balance. It's also packed with vitamin C, which strengthens blood vessels and supports collagen formation, giving structure and resilience to veins and capillaries. This means fewer broken vessels, fewer bruises, and stronger legs that can handle more walking and standing with less fatigue. To get the most out of pineapple, choose fresh, raw slices, not canned or syrupy versions, which are often stripped of bromelain and packed with added sugar. Blend it into a smoothie with mint and ginger. Add chunks to salads with walnuts and spinach, or simply eat it on its own as a morning refresher. And here's a tip: eat the core. It's tough, but it's where the highest concentration of bromelain is found. It's not just dessert. It's inflammation relief in tropical form. It may be the most underestimated food on this list. Usually pushed to the side of the plate or sprinkled on top as garnish, parsley is, in truth, one of the most powerful detoxifiers in the produce aisle. This humble herb contains high concentrations of apigenin, a flavonoid that reduces inflammation, supports capillary strength, and helps prevent leakage of fluid into tissues. This is crucial for leg swelling because much of that swelling begins with damaged or porous capillaries. Parsley is also a natural diuretic, encouraging the kidneys to remove excess sodium and water gently. This helps lower blood pressure, reduce puffiness, and ease that uncomfortable tightness in the legs and ankles. But parsley isn't just about flushing fluid. It also nourishes. It's rich in vitamin C, which builds collagen in vessel walls. It provides vitamin K, which supports vascular integrity and proper clotting. And it delivers iron, which boosts red blood cell production and oxygen transport, improving energy and endurance in daily life. Parsley even contains myristicin, a compound that activates your body's master antioxidant, glutathione. This helps clear toxins, protect cells, and keep your entire circulatory system clean and strong. Toss parsley into your soups, blend it into green juices, chop it fresh over warm meals. Make a parsley tea and sip it daily. A handful a day could make all the difference, and it costs pennies. When you embrace parsley, you're embracing a subtle but powerful form of healing. So what happens when you stop seeing swelling as just an annoyance and start seeing it as your body's cry for help? 12 foods, 12 small changes, one powerful message. Your body wants to heal. It's just waiting for the support to do so. Every time you choose these foods, you're choosing circulation over stagnation, flow over blockage, movement over pain. You're telling your legs, I see you, I support you. Let's feel light again. But here's the thing. While food helps you drain inflammation, there's one specific vitamin that seniors are dangerously low in. A deficiency in this vitamin can cause tingling in the feet, burning, numbness, that awful pins and needles feeling you can't shake. And it doesn't matter how much you walk or rest. Without this vitamin, the discomfort lingers. So if your legs feel fine but your feet feel off, like they're wrapped in invisible socks, don't ignore it.
Forget calcium pills and protein powders. The real secret to stronger muscles and bones after 60. Seeds. Yes, seeds. These overlooked powerhouses are packed with the nutrients your body actually needs to fight weakness, support your joints, and keep you walking tall for years to come. And the best part? You're probably already eating them, just not the right way. You don't notice it right away. Maybe you feel a little stiffer in the morning, or you hesitate before bending down to pick something up. Then one day, it hits you. Your body just doesn't bounce back like it used to. After 60, this change isn't in your head. It's in your muscles and your bones. A quiet weakening begins, slow, steady, and easy to ignore. But the science is clear. By the time we hit our 60s and 70s, most of us have already lost a significant portion of our muscle mass, and with that comes a drop in strength, balance, and mobility. What's worse, it doesn't stop there. Our bones become more fragile, joints less stable, and recovery after a fall or injury gets slower, sometimes a lot slower. This is why something as simple as a misstep on a curb can lead to a broken hip and months of lost independence. But here's where things get interesting, because nature, in its quiet genius, has already provided a defense, not in the form of a supplement or a prescription bottle, but in something much smaller: seeds. You heard that right. Chia seeds, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, even sesame and hemp seeds. These tiny nutritional giants are loaded with the very ingredients your aging body is begging for, without the side effects or expense of synthetic products. Inside these seeds are potent combinations of magnesium, to help maintain bone density, protein, to support muscle repair, omega-3s, to ease inflammation in joints, and calcium, in a more absorbable, food-based form. In fact, recent studies show that certain seeds are more bioavailable, more usable by the body, than many standard calcium or protein supplements on the market. And that matters, because when it comes to aging strong, absorption is everything. But if you're just sprinkling seeds on top of a salad once a week, you're not tapping into their full potential. In the next few minutes, we'll break down exactly how to eat them, when to eat them, and which combinations work best to rebuild strength from the inside out. Because getting older doesn't have to mean getting weaker, and something as small as a seed could be your biggest ally. Let's start with the seed that's been called nature's multivitamin: pumpkin seeds. Tiny, green, and often overlooked, but they're packed with magnesium, zinc, and protein. Magnesium is especially crucial. It helps regulate calcium in the bones, supports nerve function, and even improves sleep quality, which becomes more important as we age. And with nearly 8 grams of protein in just 1 ounce, pumpkin seeds help feed your muscles while also easing inflammation in the joints. Next up, Chia seeds. They might be small, but don't let that fool you. These black or white seeds swell into a gel-like consistency when soaked, making them perfect for digestion. But it's what's inside that matters. Chia seeds are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, the kind that reduce joint pain, support heart health, and help reduce the risk of fractures by improving bone density. They also contain calcium, phosphorus, and boron, all of which work synergistically to keep bones strong and flexible. Now let's talk about sesame seeds. They're often sprinkled on buns or in stir-fries, but hidden inside is a mineral profile that's ideal for aging bones. Sesame seeds are loaded with calcium, copper, and vitamin K, a trio that plays a key role in keeping your bones dense and resilient. And for those concerned about menopause-related bone loss, sesame seeds are a game-changer. They contain phytoestrogens, plant compounds that mimic estrogen in the body and help slow down the bone thinning that often accelerates after 50. And then there's the humble flaxseed. It's a bit grittier and it needs to be ground to release its full benefits, but once it is, it becomes a powerhouse. Flax seeds deliver plant-based protein, lignans for hormonal balance, alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a form of omega-3 that helps reduce inflammation and preserve muscle function. But here's something most people miss. The way you consume these seeds makes all the difference. Just tossing them on cereal, not enough. Leaving them whole, most will pass right through your system. To unlock their full power, you need to grind, soak, or blend them, depending on the type, and pair them with the right meals to support absorption. So now you know which seeds to eat, but here's the truth. Eating them the wrong way is like watering a plant without removing the lid. It might seem like you're doing something right, but nothing gets absorbed. Let's fix that, starting with how to prepare your seeds for real results. Many seeds, especially flax and chia, have tough outer shells. If you eat them whole, they'll pass right through your system with almost no benefit. That's why grinding flaxseed is non-negotiable. Use a coffee grinder or blender. Just 5 seconds can transform flax into a digestible powder rich in omega-3s and lignans. Chia seeds, on the other hand, need to be soaked. When soaked in water or almond milk for 10-15 minutes, they form a gel, and that gel helps slow digestion, stabilize blood sugar, and deliver nutrients gradually. This makes them ideal for overnight oats, smoothies, or chia puddings before bed, a perfect time to support overnight muscle and bone repair. Pumpkin and sunflower seeds don't need to be soaked or ground, but they're best when lightly roasted, not heavily salted or oiled. You can toss them on a salad, blend them into a protein smoothie, or even mix them into oatmeal. The key is consistency, not complexity. Now let's talk timing. When to eat them for the biggest impact. If you're doing strength exercises, even light ones like chair squats or resistance bands, pair seeds with your post-workout meal. This helps deliver protein and anti-inflammatory fats when your muscles need them most. A protein smoothie with chia and flax? Perfect. Greek yogurt with sesame and sunflower seeds? Even better. And don't underestimate the nighttime meal. After 60, our bodies become more prone to overnight muscle breakdown. A simple routine, like a small bowl of chia pudding or flax mixed into yogurt before bed, can give your body the fuel it needs to repair and build while you sleep. Even better, these foods are gentle on digestion and can support deeper sleep. No protein powders, no late-night bloating, just real functional food. Still worried about remembering all this? Here's a simple system. Morning, ground flax in your oatmeal or smoothie. Midday, a salad or grain bowl topped with pumpkin or sunflower seeds. Evening, chia pudding or sesame blended into yogurt. 3 small tweaks, no pills, no prescriptions, just nature doing what it does best, and when you work with it, not against it. And coming up next, we'll tie it all together, why these tiny seeds might be the missing link between aging and thriving, and the real reason muscle and bone strength matter more than you think. Let's step back for a moment. Why do strong muscles and bones matter so much after 60? It's not about vanity. It's not about looking fit. It's about freedom. Freedom to stand up without assistance, to walk without fear of falling, to reach that top shelf, open a jar, carry groceries, travel, to live on your own terms. Because here's the truth. The number one reason older adults lose independence is not disease, it's loss of strength. Muscle loss leads to weakness. Weakness leads to falls. And a single fall after 70 can start a chain reaction that many never recover from. But that's not the story we're writing here. Because you're taking action now, you're learning how to fuel your body with purpose. And seeds, as small as they seem, are part of that strategy. Here's why they work so well. Most age-related decline doesn't happen all at once. It happens quietly, over decades. Your muscles lose about 1% of their mass every year after 50. Your bones slowly thin. And by the time symptoms show up, like balance issues or stiffness, the clock has already been ticking. Seeds help turn the tide, not because they're magical, but because they're consistent, functional, and dense with the raw materials your body needs. Every time you eat them, especially paired with movement, you're sending your body a message. I still need this muscle. I still care about strength. I'm not done yet. You're not eating seeds to survive aging. You're eating them to thrive through it. And here's something most people miss. Seeds don't just help your muscles and bones. They support brain function, reduce inflammation, stabilize blood sugar, and improve heart health. In other words, they don't just help you move better, they help you feel better. That's what aging well really means. Not just adding years to your life, but adding life to your years. And the beautiful part? You don't need expensive supplements or intense workouts. You just need consistency. A handful of the right seeds every single day. A little movement, a little intention, and the belief that your body still has so much left to give, if you give it the chance. Next, we'll wrap this all together by sharing a simple, sustainable seed routine you can start tonight. No stress, no confusion. Just step-by-step support to help your body stay strong and independent, one bite at a time. Let's talk about the one time of day when your body is quietly working against your strength, even while you rest. Nighttime. After 60, your body naturally shifts into a more catabolic state during sleep. That means it starts to break down muscle faster than it builds it. It's not because you're doing something wrong. It's just how the aging process works. Hormones like testosterone and growth hormone decline. Recovery slows. And unless you give your body the right fuel before bed, it has nothing to draw from. But here's the good news. A small change before bedtime can help flip the script. That's where your nighttime seed routine comes in. Simple, satisfying, effective. Let's walk through it. First, choose a base. This could be plain Greek yogurt, unsweetened almond milk, or even a small bowl of oats. You want something with a bit of protein, and that's easy to digest, nothing heavy. Now, add the seeds. Start with chia seeds, 1 to 2 tablespoons. Soak them in the base liquid for 10-15 minutes or longer if you prefer a pudding texture. This helps the seeds swell, become more digestible, and release nutrients slowly throughout the night. Next, sprinkle in ground flaxseed, just 1 tablespoon. It adds a soft, nutty flavor and delivers plant-based omega-3s and lignans, which support both hormones and bone health. Optional. Add a dash of cinnamon for blood sugar balance or a few chopped almonds for extra magnesium. Keep it simple. The goal is not dessert, it's functional nourishment. Now here's the timing trick. Eat it about 30-60 minutes before bed. Not immediately before you lie down, but close enough that the nutrients carry you into the overnight fast. That's when your body will use what you just gave it to preserve muscle, stabilize blood sugar, and reduce inflammation, all while you sleep. Some people worry about eating before bed, but when your late-night snack is made of fiber, protein, and slow-burning fats, it won't spike your insulin or disrupt your sleep. In fact, many seniors find they wake up with more energy and less stiffness the next morning. Even better, it's a ritual. A small moment of care at the end of your day, a way to say, I'm still investing in my strength. I still choose resilience. And that's the real power behind this habit. Because in the end, it's not about seeds. It's about what they represent. Tiny choices, done consistently, that keep you living independently, vibrantly, and fully. You've learned the science. You've seen the benefits. Now it's time to make it real. One scoop, one step, one evening at a time. Every evening, as you wind down, you face a choice, not just what show to watch or what book to read, but whether tonight will be one more step toward decline or one more step toward strength. Because while most people see aging as a slow surrender, you now know something they don't. It's not about doing more. It's about doing the right things, consistently. And some of the most powerful tools are already sitting in your pantry. Pumpkin seeds, chia, flax, sesame, tiny, yes, but each one is a signal, a quiet biological reminder to your body. I still need to be strong. I'm still showing up. That's the beauty of this path. It doesn't require perfection, just commitment. Just a few small, deliberate choices, done every day, especially when no one's watching. And when those choices stack up, you don't just age, you evolve. You grow stronger, steadier, and more in control than ever before. So tonight, as you stir that spoonful of seeds into your yogurt or blend them into your smoothie, pause and remember it's not just food, it's your future. And the real transformation? It doesn't begin with your body. It begins with what you choose to believe is still possible. What if the second half of your life was actually the stronger half?
This single ingredient, when taken before bed, activates a nighttime repair mode in seniors over 60, and most people are using it completely wrong. Forget expensive supplements and early morning workouts. This collagen nightcap might be the secret to waking up with stronger, steadier legs. Let's unpack the science and the shake that's shaking up senior health. Let's start with something your doctor might not have told you. Your body has a built-in repair crew that works the night shift. Between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., your growth hormone levels spike. This is your body's peak muscle rebuilding window. But here's the problem. After 60, those hormone levels drop by more than 50%, and your body stops using protein as efficiently during rest. That's one major reason seniors wake up sore, stiff, or feeling weaker than they did the day before. You're not lazy. Your muscles are starving for something they're not getting enough of. That something is collagen. Now, collagen isn't just for skin and joints. It's a critical part of muscle tissue, especially the connective fibers that stabilize your knees, ankles, and hips. When collagen breaks down with age, the scaffolding holding your muscles in place starts to fray. But here's where it gets exciting. A 2019 study from the British Journal of Nutrition showed that taking a specific type of collagen peptide before bed, combined with light physical activity earlier in the day, significantly improved muscle mass and leg strength in older adults. Why before bed? Because sleep is when collagen synthesis naturally peaks. And when you pair that peak with a timed dose of hydrolyzed collagen, you're giving your body the raw materials it needs, right when it's ready to rebuild. Even better, collagen also promotes deeper sleep by increasing glycine, a calming amino acid. That means this nightcap doesn't just help your legs repair, it helps you sleep like a log. And the cost? Less than a cup of decaf at your local diner. But not all collagen works the same way. Some types barely get absorbed. Others come packed with sugar, dairy, or artificial flavors that cause more harm than good. So what kind should you be using? And what should you mix it with to activate maximum muscle repair overnight? Let's break it down. Not all collagen is created equal. Walk into any supplement aisle, and you'll see powders, pills, and gummies, some flavored, some not, all claiming to support healthy aging. But here's what most don't tell you. Only hydrolyzed collagen peptides, also called collagen hydrolysate, have been shown in studies to actually survive digestion and reach your muscles. These peptides are broken down into smaller chains that can be absorbed into your bloodstream and directed to the connective tissues that matter, your tendons, ligaments, and yes, even the deep muscle fibers in your legs. Type I and type 3 collagen are the most essential for seniors looking to strengthen and stabilize lower body muscle. Type Y is the most abundant in the human body. It forms strong, dense fibers critical for tendons and ligaments. Type 3 supports elasticity and helps maintain blood vessels and organ function. Together, they create a synergy ideal for older adults with joint pain, balance issues, or post-exercise soreness. But collagen alone isn't the full story. What you mix it with before bed can turbocharge or totally block its effectiveness. Enter vitamin C. This isn't just a cold-fighting nutrient. It's essential for collagen synthesis. Without it, your body can't convert the peptides into usable tissue. That's why the best nighttime shake for leg recovery should include a source of vitamin C, like a splash of unsweetened tart cherry juice or a few slices of fresh kiwi. Then there's magnesium. Magnesium calms the nervous system, supports deep sleep cycles, and helps regulate muscle contractions. That's critical for seniors prone to nighttime leg cramps or restless legs. Add a pinch of magnesium powder or stir your collagen into warm almond milk fortified with magnesium. And here's a surprising trick. A teaspoon of glycine-rich gelatin, in addition to collagen peptides, may help trigger a deeper sleep state and better tissue rebuilding overnight. Glycine also helps regulate core body temperature during REM sleep, where much of the overnight repair happens. Now let's talk timing. Research from the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine shows that having a light, protein-based drink 30-60 minutes before bed does not interfere with sleep quality in seniors. In fact, it may improve it, especially when the drink avoids sugar, caffeine, or dairy-based thickeners. The final formula? 10 grams of hydrolyzed type 113 collagen peptides, 1 teaspoon of gelatin or glycine supplement, splash of tart cherry juice or kiwi, warm almond milk with magnesium blend. Sip, sleep, repair. And if you're wondering whether these results are just placebo, hang tight. You're about to hear what happened when this exact nighttime formula was tested in real seniors, with measurable changes in balance, leg strength, and even walking speed. So, what actually happens when real people over 60 take this collagen nightcap every night? Let's start with the numbers. A clinical trial published in the British Journal of Nutrition followed a group of adults aged 65 and older who consumed 15 grams of hydrolyzed collagen daily alongside light exercise. Within 12 weeks, researchers saw a significant increase in muscle mass and a reduction in fat mass, particularly in the legs. More importantly, participants reported less soreness, fewer nighttime leg cramps, and faster post-walk recovery. But here's what made this study different. They didn't just measure strength. They tested functional ability. How fast the participants could get up from a chair, how steady they were on one leg, how far they could walk in 6 minutes. All of those numbers improved, and for some, dramatically. Now, not everyone has time to do daily workouts. That's why a newer 2021 study from Nutrients focused specifically on seniors with no exercise routine. Just collagen at night, nothing else. After just 4 weeks, participants showed measurable gains in leg muscle density and grip strength without changing their diet or daily habits. How? The researchers believe the timing of collagen intake made all the difference. Taking it before sleep allowed the body's nighttime repair systems to fully use the amino acids without competing with other daytime metabolic processes like digestion or stress hormone spikes. And it's not just lab coat science. Take Ruth, 68, who used to dread getting out of bed in the morning. Her knees cracked, her calves felt heavy, and her balance felt shaky on the stairs. 2 weeks after starting a simple nightly collagen shake, with a splash of tart cherry juice and almond milk, she noticed something small but powerful. She could rise from bed without groaning. By week 4, she was taking longer walks again. Her words, "It feels like someone's quietly patching me up while I sleep." Or George, 74, who had stopped playing with his grandkids because of leg stiffness and fatigue. After starting a collagen nightcap, His sleep improved first, then his legs. "It's like my body started remembering how to recover again," he said. Now, are these miracle cures? No, but that's not the point. The point is, healing is possible, even after 60, when you give your body the right materials at the right time. And here's the kicker. Most people who try collagen supplements quit within 7 days, not because they don't work, but because they don't feel immediate results. But by day 10, something usually shifts. Sleep feels deeper. Cracks and creaks are quieter. The legs feel less like sandbags, more like springs. But one question remains. How do you keep these results going and protect your progress from being undone by the one nighttime habit that quietly destroys collagen and weakens leg muscles? Let's reveal what to avoid, because it's the #1 mistake even healthy seniors make after dark. You've just discovered a powerful tool that helps rebuild leg strength overnight. But here's a tough truth. Most seniors unknowingly sabotage all that progress before they even fall asleep. What's the silent culprit? Late-night blood sugar spikes. You might be thinking, but I don't eat junk food at night. That's what makes this so dangerous. The foods that trigger these spikes aren't always sweets or soda. It's often a seemingly harmless banana, a bowl of cereal, or even a low-fat yogurt eaten within 2 hours of bed. Here's why that matters. When your blood sugar rises and then crashes during the night, it sets off a stress hormone chain reaction, especially cortisol. And cortisol is a known collagen killer. High cortisol levels not only interfere with your body's natural collagen synthesis but also block the release of growth hormone, which is essential for nighttime muscle repair. That's a double hit to your leg strength. But that's not all. Those sugar spikes also reduce sleep depth, particularly the deep, non-REM cycles when your muscles do most of their rebuilding. Even if you're asleep for 8 hours, your body's repair system might be running at 30% capacity. So, what does this look like in real life? Imagine Mary, 71, who had been religiously taking collagen every night. But she always followed it with a half glass of orange juice for vitamin C. She couldn't understand why her joints still ached, and her balance wasn't improving. Once she switched to a low-glycemic vitamin C source, like lemon water or kiwi, and moved her last food intake to 90 minutes before bed, everything changed. Sleep deepened. Morning stiffness eased. The collagen finally had a chance to work. Now, if you're someone who loves a nighttime nibble, here's what to do instead. Reach for protein-rich, glycine-supportive snacks. A scoop of unsweetened Greek yogurt, if dairy agrees with you, a boiled egg, or a spoonful of almond butter can all support steady blood sugar. Even better, combine them with your collagen shake so your body gets everything it needs without the sugar crash. And whatever you do, avoid high-fructose health drinks before bed. Many are disguised as gut tonics or hydration boosters, but they're loaded with sugars that age your skin, weaken connective tissue, and suppress your muscles' rebuilding potential overnight. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. The collagen nightcap is like giving your body the bricks. But if you let cortisol run wild, it's like trying to build a house during an earthquake. Nothing sticks. Nothing heals. So tonight, set yourself up to really recover. But before you do, there's one more edge you can give your body. You've now learned how to feed your muscles the right way. But what if one simple pre-sleep ritual could prime your nervous system for faster repair, better balance, and even stronger legs by morning? It's time to discover the final piece of the overnight repair puzzle, and it doesn't come in a bottle. You've optimized your nighttime nutrition. You're feeding your muscles the collagen they need, avoiding blood sugar traps, and setting the stage for recovery. But there's one final lever most people miss: the nervous system switch. And here's why that matters. Your body has two primary nervous system states: fight or flight, and rest and repair. The problem? Many seniors go to bed still wired in low-grade stress. A worrying news story, a taxing phone call, even just scrolling through a screen late at night can keep your body stuck in sympathetic overdrive. And when that happens, your cells don't prioritize muscle repair. They prioritize survival. But you can flip that switch, in 2 minutes or less, with a simple bedtime ritual that's been clinically shown to lower cortisol, improve sleep quality, and increase growth hormone activity in older adults. It starts with your vagus nerve. This is the main line of communication between your brain and body. When you stimulate it gently before sleep, your body slips into deep anabolic rest, the very state where collagen can be absorbed, tissues repaired, and muscles restored. So how do you do it? Step 1. The 4-2-6 breath. Sit or lie down in bed. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 2 seconds, then exhale through your mouth for 6 seconds. Do this for 5 rounds. The long exhale activates your vagus nerve, lowers your heart rate, and signals to your body. It's safe to rebuild now. Step 2. The seated leg reset. Sit upright at the edge of your bed. Extend one leg out straight. Rotate your ankle gently in a circle, 5 times clockwise, 5 times counterclockwise. Then flex and point your toes slowly, like you're pressing a gas pedal. Switch legs. This activates blood flow to your calves, knees, and hip stabilizers without exhausting your muscles. Research published in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy shows that these simple pre-sleep movements, done even just 3 times a week, improve overnight circulation and lead to higher functional strength scores in seniors. Step 3. Gratitude cue. Before closing your eyes, think of one thing your body did well today. Maybe you walked a little further. Maybe your knees felt less sore getting up. Why this step? Because gratitude lowers adrenaline, raises serotonin, and shifts your entire neurochemistry into a state of peace, perfect for deep sleep and deeper recovery. This ritual may seem simple, too simple even, but that's the point. Recovery doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need a personal trainer, a $300 supplement plan, or a sleep lab monitor. You just need consistency, the right inputs, and a body that remembers how to heal. And that's exactly what this bedtime shake and these 2 minutes are designed to help you do. But if you think this is the end of the story, think again. There's one more twist. 2 so-called health drinks seniors often take at night that silently dissolve muscle mass, inflame joints, and reverse all your progress. We reveal both, plus what to drink instead, in our next deep dive. So tonight, as you stir that simple shake and settle into bed, know this. You've just activated one of the most overlooked tools in senior health, your body's natural ability to heal itself while you sleep. No pills, no pain, just timing, intention, and the quiet power of consistency. Because leg strength isn't just about mobility. It's your independence, your safety, your confidence when stepping off a curb or chasing your grandchild through the yard. And here's the beautiful part. It's not too late. Your body is listening. Every night is another chance to rebuild. But even the best routine can crumble if you fall for the final trap. There are 2 health drinks lurking in your fridge or pantry right now, marketed as gut boosters and energy revivers, that are silently dissolving your collagen, inflaming your joints, and undoing your nighttime progress drop by drop. They're in over 50% of senior households, and one of them might even be labeled organic. If you care about keeping your leg strength, your energy, and your independence past 60, you can't afford to miss what's next. We'll name both drinks, break down the science, and show you what to replace them with, because you deserve to wake up stronger, not weaker. And trust me, one of them is likely in your kitchen right now. In space, gravity disappears. and with it the human body begins to break down. Astronauts lose muscle at terrifying speeds, but scientists discovered something strange, a single movement, a kind of squeeze, that counteracted this decline almost instantly. They never imagined it could help seniors back on Earth, until now. Today I'll show you how this same method is being used in senior rehab clinics to rebuild muscles in just days, and how you can do it from your own living room. There's a silent force working against you the moment you cross 60. It doesn't come with warning signs. No pain, no flashing red lights, just a slow, invisible decline. One day the stairs feel steeper. Bending to tie your shoes feels heavier. Rising from the couch takes a second longer. This isn't laziness. It's not aging gracefully. It's something far more sinister. It's called sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength that affects nearly 1 in 3 adults over 60. And while it might sound like a complicated term, its impact is devastatingly simple. You lose muscle, and with it your balance, independence, and resilience. It's why seniors are more likely to fall, more likely to struggle with recovery, more likely to end up in a hospital after something as small as a stumble. But here's what most people don't know. The study of muscle loss didn't start in nursing homes. It started somewhere much more dramatic, the vacuum of space. Astronauts face the most extreme form of sarcopenia imaginable. In zero gravity, muscles shrink at an alarming rate, up to 20% in less than 2 weeks. Their bodies, no longer needing to fight gravity, begin to atrophy in ways that mimic decades of aging. But NASA wasn't about to let its spacefarers float home in wheelchairs. They needed a solution, and fast. So scientists got to work, not with weights or machines, but with something far more clever. They developed a technique that involved isometric pressure, a precise squeeze and hold movement that activated deep muscle fibers without any motion at all. These pressure techniques tricked the body into believing it was working against gravity. And the results were shocking. Muscle loss slowed, strength returned, stability improved, all without lifting a single dumbbell. And here's the twist. That same technique is now being studied in senior rehab clinics around the world, because what worked in orbit is now transforming lives on Earth. If you've been told that regaining strength after 60 is impossible, if you've been made to feel like weakness is just a part of growing old, it's time to throw that idea out the window. Because the very same pressure that saved astronauts from floating into frailty could be the breakthrough your muscles have been waiting for. But how exactly does this space squeeze work? And how can you start using it without special equipment? Let's take a closer look. Because the next 60 seconds could change how your body moves for the rest of your life. The technique born in orbit is surprisingly simple. No spacesuit, no machines, just one movement, a slow, steady squeeze of your muscles without ever lifting a weight. It's called isometric contraction, and for astronauts, it was the difference between walking back on Earth or being wheeled out of the capsule. But here's the part that matters to you. Imagine sitting in a chair. You're not lifting, jumping, or lunging. Instead, you tighten your thigh muscles, as if bracing for impact, and hold. 5 seconds, 10 seconds, then release. You repeat this with your arms, your calves, even your glutes. That's it. And yet this tiny effort sends a massive signal to your body. Keep the muscle. We're still working. The brilliance of the space squeeze isn't just in its simplicity. It's in what happens beneath the surface. When you contract a muscle and hold it, you briefly restrict blood flow. Not dangerously, just enough to create a mild metabolic stress. That stress tells your body it's time to rebuild, to send oxygen, to activate dormant fibers, and most importantly, to wake up the muscles that aging has quietly silenced. Now let's talk about why this matters for seniors. After 60, many adults avoid exercise because of joint pain, fear of falling, or the belief that it's too late. But isometric pressure eliminates those risks. You're not moving. You're not risking your balance. You're training your body to remember its strength, using nothing but a chair and your own effort. Clinical studies now show that just 7 days of this technique can begin to reverse muscle loss in older adults. In fact, one pilot study showed that seniors who used isometric contraction daily saw improvements in grip strength, quad activation, and even balance stability, all without stepping into a gym. Some rehab centers even use this as a first step for stroke recovery before patients can walk or stand unassisted. And the results? Remarkable. Seniors who couldn't get off a couch without help regained enough strength to walk across a room. Others reported less leg shaking, better posture, and even more confidence on stairs, all from a practice that takes just 5 minutes a day. So no, you don't need weights. You don't need a treadmill. You don't even need to stand up. You just need to engage your body with intention. And the same pressure that saved astronauts from floating into weakness can start pulling you back into strength. But how should you do it safely? And which muscle groups matter most for balance, mobility, and fall prevention? That's exactly what we'll explore next. Because the order, the timing, and the intensity of your space squeeze matter more than you think. If you're ready to try the space-age secret that helped astronauts stay strong in zero gravity, now's the time. Because this isn't just theory anymore. It's a proven system, now used in rehab centers, physical therapy clinics, and even assisted living homes. All because it works. Let's break it down. Day 1. You'll start with the legs, the foundation of your strength and stability. While seated in a chair with your feet flat on the floor, press both feet down as if trying to push the floor away. At the same time, tighten your thighs, as if bracing for impact, and hold. 10 seconds, then relax. Breathe. Repeat 5 times. This targets the quadriceps, essential for standing, walking, and stair climbing. Day 2. Focus on the core. Still seated, sit tall and tighten your abdominal muscles, like you're pulling your belly button in toward your spine. Hold that gentle tension for 10 seconds, then release. Repeat 5 times. Why the core? Because when your center is weak, your balance suffers. Strengthening it gives your entire body better control. Day 3. Move to the arms. Press your palms together at chest level, like you're praying, and squeeze. Hold for 10 seconds. This activates your chest and shoulders. Then, with hands resting on your thighs, grip your fists and tighten your biceps. Again, 10 seconds. This helps restore strength for lifting, carrying, even getting out of a chair. By day 4, your body is already adapting. Muscles are waking up. You may notice a warmth or light fatigue. That's a sign it's working. Repeat the same sequence, but this time, extend the hold to 12 seconds. Add 1 more repetition to each movement. Progress doesn't come from pushing harder. It comes from staying consistent. Days 5 through 7 are about reinforcing the rhythm. Keep the pattern going. Legs, core, arms, 5 to 6 reps per area, each held for 12-15 seconds. Focus on your breath. Inhale as you squeeze. Exhale as you release. That simple breath control boosts circulation and helps oxygen reach the muscles you're rebuilding. By the end of 1 week, you may feel steadier, more confident on your feet, less hesitant when moving from sitting to standing. These aren't just small wins. They're your body remembering what it was always capable of. And remember, you can do all of this from a chair. No weights, no machines, just your focus and intention. Seniors across the country are using this method to slow, and in many cases reverse, the muscle loss that steals independence with age. But what if you could go beyond maintaining strength and actually retrain your brain to rebuild new movement patterns, boosting coordination and joint stability? That's where the next layer of this plan comes in, and it's a game changer for fall prevention. Here's what most people don't understand. Muscles don't just grow in the body, they grow in the brain. Every movement you make, from standing to walking to catching your balance, begins as an electrical signal in your nervous system. When you're young, that signal moves fast, firing in perfect rhythm. But as we age, and especially if we stop using certain muscles, those connections begin to fray. The message from brain to body gets weaker, slower, less precise, and suddenly, everyday movements become uncertain. Your steps shorten. Your confidence dips. You begin avoiding stairs or uneven ground, not because you're out of shape, but because your mind and muscles are no longer in sync. But here's the powerful truth. That connection isn't gone. It's just asleep. And the space-age squeeze is one of the fastest, safest ways to wake it up. Every time you engage a muscle intentionally, every squeeze, every hold, you're not just building strength, you're remapping the signal between your brain and your body. This process is called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and create new pathways at any age. Even at 70, 80, or beyond, your brain can relearn how to control your muscles with power and precision. In fact, studies now show that repeated isometric contractions, like the ones we've been using, activate the motor cortex in the brain, lighting it up with new activity. Over time, these signals get faster, smoother, more automatic. Your balance improves. Your reaction time sharpens. Your risk of falling drops. Think of it like brushing dust off a highway. The more you use the path, the clearer and faster the signal becomes. And that's why some rehab specialists call this technique reconnection therapy. Because it doesn't just strengthen your legs or arms. It rebuilds the relationship between your brain and your body. And that's the key to freedom. One senior woman, age 78, began using this method after a minor stroke left her with limited mobility. Within 2 weeks of daily isometric work, she could transfer from her bed to a chair without help. Not because her muscles had completely returned, but because her brain had relearned how to use what was still there. This isn't about miracles. It's about mechanics. And it's happening every day in homes and clinics around the world. So if you've ever felt like your body is betraying you, that your balance is slipping or your legs are losing power, remember this. The most powerful change doesn't start in the muscle. It starts in the message. And the more you practice that message, the squeeze, the hold, the release, the more your brain starts believing again. But what about circulation? Blood flow? Can these tiny movements really help with energy, endurance, and healing from the inside out? That's what we'll uncover next. And you might be surprised just how powerful a seated squeeze can be for your heart and your stamina. When most people think of strength, they picture big muscles, defined arms, toned legs. But real strength, lasting, sustainable strength, begins with something far more essential: blood flow. After 60, circulation naturally slows. Arteries stiffen, capillaries shrink, muscles receive less oxygen. That's why you may feel cold more often, or fatigued after climbing stairs, why bruises take longer to heal, or why you can't bounce back from a walk the way you used to. But here's what most seniors don't know. Every time you perform an isometric contraction, every time you squeeze and hold a muscle, you're not just activating tissue. You're opening a floodgate of circulation. Here's how it works. When you contract a muscle and hold it, blood flow is temporarily restricted. That might sound bad, but it's actually a powerful stimulus. As soon as you release the contraction, the blood rushes back in, fast, with force. That surge floods the area with oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and healing compounds. It's like turning on a garden hose after a kink. The pressure builds, then bursts through, refreshing everything in its path. But it gets even better. Isometric contractions have also been shown to stimulate nitric oxide production, a molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax and widen. This helps lower blood pressure, improves energy, and enhances delivery of oxygen to every cell in your body. Think of nitric oxide as the body's natural anti-aging fuel, and isometric training as the pump that keeps it flowing. In a recent clinical trial, older adults who practiced daily isometric holds showed marked improvement in vascular health in just 2 weeks. Their resting heart rates lowered, their circulation improved. Some even reported warmer hands and feet, signs that blood was finally reaching the areas that had been underserved for years. But the benefits don't stop at the muscles. When your circulation improves, so does your brain function, your digestion, your immune system. Everything in the body depends on that flow, and all of it can be reawakened with 5 minutes a day of focused muscle engagement. This is why astronauts who used this method didn't just retain strength, they returned to Earth with healthier cardiovascular markers than expected, because motion isn't the only way to move blood. Intentional pressure is just as powerful. And that's good news for seniors with joint pain, limited mobility, or energy crashes. You don't need marathons. You don't need machines. You need oxygen-rich blood going where it needs to go, and this method does exactly that. But what happens when you combine strength, balance, and circulation? You get momentum. You get vitality. And that's what we're building toward next. Because in Section 6, we'll reveal how to use this technique to rebuild your walking ability, step by step, even if you haven't walked with confidence in years. It starts with a single step. For some, that step happens in a hallway. For others, it's the courage to get off the couch without holding the armrest. But for many seniors, especially those dealing with muscle loss, balance issues, or fear of falling, that first step feels like a mountain. This is where the space squeeze shines, because while it may look small from the outside, what it's doing on the inside prepares your body for walking like nothing else. Let's break it down. When you walk, you're not just using your legs. You're engaging a chain of muscles. From your ankles and calves, through your quads and glutes, all the way to your core and lower back. These muscles must contract in a specific sequence, timed perfectly with your brain's balance system. If one part of that chain is weak or out of sync, the entire movement becomes unstable. That's why walking after 60 can feel unsteady, even if your legs are strong, if your glutes aren't firing, or if your core isn't stabilizing. Each step becomes a risk. Isometric training targets those deep stabilizing muscles first. The squeeze and hold method reteaches your body how to activate those small, forgotten fibers that standard exercises often miss. These are the same muscles that keep your hips aligned, your knees tracking straight, and your ankles supporting your weight. When those fibers fire again, your body regains trust in itself. That's the magic. In senior rehab clinics, therapists often start walking recovery with chair-based isometric work for precisely this reason. One woman, age 82, had been using a walker for months. She started daily isometric contractions from a seated position. Glutes, thighs, calves, core, all without leaving her chair. After 10 days, she reported standing longer. By week 3, she was walking across her kitchen without support. Why? Because her muscles remembered how to work together. And more importantly, her brain started believing she could move again. Confidence is more than emotion. It's physiology. When your brain gets repeated signals of strength, from every squeeze, every hold, every success, it recalibrates your balance system. It quiets the alarm bells. It reduces overcompensation. And slowly the fear fades. One foot goes forward, then the other. That's momentum. That's recovery. If walking has become something you fear or something you miss, know this: it's not gone. It's just been asleep, waiting for the right signal to wake it up. And that signal isn't a treadmill or a boot camp or some high-impact routine. It's a simple squeeze, a few seconds of pressure, repeated with intention. Because when the right muscles fire again, and when blood is flowing and when your brain is listening, something incredible happens. You stop surviving your steps, and you start owning them. But even as your strength returns, there's one final piece to complete the transformation: recovery. In our next section, we'll show why your muscles grow not during exercise, but after it, and how mastering rest and sleep can make this entire process 3x more effective. You've done the work. You've squeezed. You've held. You've reconnected brain to body, rebuilt circulation, and taken the first steps toward walking with confidence again. But now, it's time to let go. Because the final, and arguably most powerful phase of muscle rejuvenation doesn't happen during the squeeze, it happens in the stillness after. Every contraction you perform sends a message to your body. This muscle matters. Rebuild it. But the rebuilding only begins when your body enters a state of deep rest, when it's no longer in fight or flight, when stress hormones drop, and when growth and repair hormones take over. This is called the parasympathetic state, also known as the rest and recover mode. And as we age, many of us spend less time here than we should. Worry, tension, chronic aches, poor sleep. All of it steals the recovery your muscles are begging for. But when you allow your body to rest fully, through deep sleep, gentle stretching, warm baths, and calming breathing, you activate your most powerful repair system. During sleep, your body releases human growth hormone, even in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. This hormone repairs the micro-tears in your muscle fibers caused by isometric training. It strengthens the connective tissues that support your joints. It reduces inflammation and enhances the very neural pathways you've been rebuilding. In fact, studies show that seniors who get consistent deep sleep, not just hours but quality, experience up to 3x greater muscle recovery after training compared to those with interrupted sleep cycles. So, if you've ever felt that fatigue is stopping your progress, maybe rest is the missing tool in your kit, not a sign of weakness, but a strategy for healing. Here's what that looks like in practice. After your daily space squeeze session, which may only take 5 or 10 minutes, take 2 minutes to sit quietly. Breathe deeply. Inhale for 4 seconds. Exhale for 6. This signals your nervous system to shift gears into recovery. Then, later that night, make sleep a priority. A dark, quiet room. No screens. Maybe even light music or white noise. That's when the magic happens. Muscles grow. Nerves reset. Blood vessels expand. The heart slows. And the progress you've made throughout the day is locked in, layered into your body's foundation, cell by cell, fiber by fiber. It may feel strange to think that doing nothing is the final key to transformation, but in space, astronauts spend more time recovering than they do training, because they know that's where strength actually takes root. And if it works for bodies floating in zero gravity, imagine what it can do for a body grounded in determination and hope. But even now, with all these tools in your hands, there's one question left. Will you use them? Because the choice to rebuild your body, to take back your strength, your balance, your confidence, doesn't happen in a hospital or a clinic. It starts wherever you are, right here, right now, with one small squeeze and one powerful decision. Somewhere inside you, the spark is already lit, not because you lifted weights or ran a marathon, but because you chose to engage. You chose to squeeze, to wake up the muscles and the memories that time tried to bury. And even if your steps are still small, momentum has already begun. This isn't just about strength. It's about reclaiming the rhythm of your body, the beat of your legs as they steady beneath you, the breath that fills your chest with power, the quiet confidence that returns when you stand a little taller, reach a little farther, and move without fear. The astronaut's body defies gravity in space. Yours can defy expectation on Earth. Every cell in you is listening, responding, rebuilding, not with noise, but with quiet consistency, not with punishment, but with pressure and patience. And tomorrow? Tomorrow your legs may feel steadier, your hands may tremble less. You might reach for something you avoided last week and find it's just within grasp. Because this story doesn't end when the screen fades. It begins again, with your next squeeze, your next breath, your next step. And somewhere, deep in your muscles, your strength is returning. Quietly, boldly, without permission.